collectors reach a saturation point. 10 years later, I'll get a phone call saying, can you replace my Warhol, my Matisse, my Hearst, my Banksy? It's very, very, very rare do I get a phone call about Francis Bacon. A lot of people think that Bacon's work is brutal. And when they stand in front of them, I think they somehow get absorbed into something so much deeper. It takes them miles away from that feeling of harshness and brutality. And maybe that's part of the appeal, that almost every day when you walk past it, it just gives you a different feeling, a different sensation, a different interpretation. I think a lot of art does that, but I think Francis Bacon just emanates this sort of aura of reality from the moment you buy it until the moment probably you pass it on. As it happens, Bacon used to live around the corner from the gallery here in South Kensington. That's where he had his studio for many years. And you can't even say dozens, hundreds of paintbrushes just laid strewn all over the studio. Francis Bacon is definitely somebody I would have loved to have had a drink with. He fascinates me. I think he looked upon life in a very raw, humanist, almost brutal fashion. But I also pick up from interviews, books, biographies, actually quite a lot of vulnerability, verging on sensitivity. It's definitely well documented that he was concerned about injuring the sitter. But his use of the word injuring is quite different. He was concerned about somebody being almost ripped open. When you stand in front of a Bacon, you feel like you're being pulled into the soul of the sitter. I don't think he saw it that way. He saw the human body as a meat suit. They were not about romance, and they were not about even the psychology of the person. His paintings, in his eyes, are just the truth. I think he was looking at the carnal nature of creatures, of beasts, of which, we are one. The fact of how many paintings he destroyed, whether that was part of his journey of creating work, or whether he just, like all artists, they know. You know when you know. But he would go that step further of destroying the work. He believed that he was creating a series of accidents on the canvas and just allowing it for it to take its own form. He's in a state of awareness beyond his own body, and he's, the artwork is just flowing through. The control was almost him deciding which accident would he keep and which accident would he overpaint or destroy. Bacon seemingly didn't like anything mechanical and anything repetitive. What he did seem to enjoy was the attention to detail, to get the prints to look and feel as painterly as possible. So he was very much part of the supervision process of working with master printers and master engravers. So the prints that we have, that exist, that have been created, are all inspired after paintings. But he didn't make that many prints. He made approximately 600 paintings, and he made approximately 30 prints. And that's it. The idea that he could allow more people to own his work, I think, was really important. But he ran a very, very tight ship. He knew what he wanted, and he knew the importance of, as far as the prints go, not selling out just for the sake to make another income stream and to appease another level of audience and collectors. Eventually he accepted, but on the proviso that he would have this meticulous attention to detail to ensure that they would come out as close as what he would regard as perfect. You step back in awe and say, well, what a fantastic artist. There's a sophistication about his work, definitely in his palette, and just the way of execution. And he's a master. You could romanticize and sort of say, and after a few pints, I'd be in a better place to better understand him. But I kind of half wonder if I would have also just come out with probably more questions than answers.